Good morning. Happy Friday. Leon and Dill. Good to see you guys. Leon, we had a nice little date yesterday, me and you on stream. Dill, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're okay. Ash, good morning. Happy Friday all. Hope you're all looking forward to the weekend. Morning, James. I certainly am. Obviously, the last stream here on... I say the last stream, but it's not real. I mean, nothing massively is going to change for you guys. Hopefully, the experience will increase as we move to simplicity. But yeah, firstly, thank you all for being part of RTFX. For I started this, I think it was 2.5 years ago. Obviously, in Dubai, lots of regulations, lots of red tape, which is why there's a lot of changes involved. I really want to take this to be one of the biggest, certainly, I want it to be one of the biggest trading education companies out there. And for us to do that, we have to make some changes to the back end, i.e. the name. We can't use the word FOREX. It's a little bit ridiculous, but all those with longer term plans, so Dill and Leon, James as well, you'll get a free, because of your $200 winner. I know I have to reply to you, James, because I know you sent me a voice note. I just haven't responded yet. I'll do that today. Again, just so you know, if you are on a longer term plan, I know all who you are. You'll be put on that in an extra month in terms of simplicity. You may just have to do the free registration, but I can do everything else from the back end. So, let's get into the markets, shall we? And obviously, the last thing, I want to thank you. I've had a lot of fun being part of RTFX. I know I'm not going anywhere, but I appreciate all you guys trusting me with your trading journey, and hopefully I'm helping in some way. Right, before I get into the indexes, let's look at this trade I took in. So I had NZD Swiss breakout retest on my watch list, and it's still there, right? This is still certainly something I could take as an additional position if we do breakout retest from here. The reason why I really like this, and I know from an SPX perspective we're pushing on, but really risk sentiment the last couple of months, has it been a massive bearing on the trades that we've taken? Maybe not. And even though I'm still expecting some negativity, I can't argue with what I'm seeing on this chart. It's really nice. So from a 4-hour perspective, from a breakout perspective, we can see here coming from a downtrend. We can see it better on the daily as well. Pretty healthy downtrend, nice corrective price action. And what I'm seeing in terms of my entry, right, is that head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart. Now, it's a smaller context, but that doesn't mean it's not valid, right? Obviously, everything is, what's the word? Everything is something, what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is relevant? No, it's not relevant. What's the word I'm looking for? Priced in? No, not priced in. When it's, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Everything is, it's annoying me. When it's like a situation that's the same in another one but slightly different. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it properly. Not priced in. It's nothing to do with trading. It's an actual word. Everything is... For example, the word... this is going to annoy me. For example, the word I'm looking for, like, let's say I get paid X amount in Dubai. That will be the same as much lower amount in, let's say, somewhere a lower income kind of place. Right, so my wages compared to their wages, it's all kind of something to the cost of living. What's that word? It's all relative. Did I say relative? I said that, right? Did I say it? Okay, it's all relative. Basically, it's all relative because of the context here. If it's a larger structure, we'd obviously need that to be... oh my God, I'm forgetting every bloody word today. We'll need the second structure to be relative to the first structure, i.e. the range, etc. That's what I'm trying to say. So even though it's a smaller structure, we have our head and shoulders here. It's still certainly valid. Now, the good thing about it, right, is, again, in terms of RTM, the ready to move concept, for me, looking at the daily and looking at this 4-hour, we can also put a trend line on here, by the way. So if we put a trend line on here, we can see it's kind of breaking out from that as well. So the simple ethos of this is impulse, healthy impulse, larger corrective impulse, right? That's essentially what it comes down to. If you look at the daily, yes, we've crossed the 20, but in terms of price action digestion, i.e. what does price action look like? At this point in time, even though the 20 was there, right, it could have gone, but we could be getting our ABC corrective, and again, impulse corrective. This is what I'm looking at, a hanging man on the daily here, coming on increasing volume. Continue that trend. Very simple, in a good position, ready to move, and I like it. I really do like it. So NZD Swiss, breakout order in there. Obviously, I'll be looking at this. What it's doing right now, I kind of like. Don't mind this at all. If it wants to have a little corrective back to that 20, that's even better for me. Even better. So I can look at this if we do get triggered in for a breakout retest as well, but I wanted to get that order in because it is certainly valid on the 4 hour. Okay, let's get into the market. So obviously, the ECB, a 50 basis point hike. A little bit of surprise to some people. It was a surprise to me. First hike in a decade. And it's not had a massive effect on the market. We are pushing on. It doesn't look too bad to the upside. You know, we look at the daily close here, and you're expecting volume to come in because of that ECB announcement. So what do I think? I'm not massively trusting of it yet. I agree on this daily. It'd be interesting to see how the weekly closes up. We're still in this, right? So my bias does remain down. It still does remain down, but the daily has put a little bit of question marks on that. So we need a reason, right, to kind of be more confident that this wants to move to the downside, and we're not getting that yet. So until we get that, until we get that, we've got to say, well, maybe we continue this push. Now, if we do continue this push up into, you know, kind of this area, and then obviously we get up to this area, we've got to visualize what price action looks like there. Now, do I think the market should be turning bullish? There's various ways to look at this, right? Are investors confident in the Fed and you know, ECB and all, you know, essentially all governments that are taking aggressive action against the inflationary pressures? You know, does that provide a little bit more certainty with markets moving forward? I mean, you guys give me your opinion. What is your kind of personal opinion? That is what I'm thinking. But do I agree with it? I mean, should the market be rallied by the fact that they're not going to raise by 100 points, they're going to raise by 75? I mean, is that amazing? Does that warrant a push in this market and this corrective being over? Fundamentally, I don't think so. From a technical perspective, it's certainly a wait and see. It's certainly a wait and see. I think weekly it does look like a nice corrective. Let's see how that 20 period catches up, which may be 2-3 weeks. But it'll be interesting to see what today does. You know, the next couple of days I think will be interesting, because will we push on or will we start to falter here? Will sellers start to come in and then we possibly create that larger ABC continuation down? What's your guys' thoughts? Where are you seeing this? Is your opinion slightly changed by this kind of recent price action? You know, from the technicals, are the technicals maybe winning at this point? You know, we failed to break through B wave, which is kind of key. We did fail to break through B wave, and we've had a decent push up here. So I'm not going to call this down just yet. I'm going to say I'm going to let the market tell me what it wants to do. We're in this kind of rangy environment, and really you're looking for, well, actually you're looking for a break above here or a break underneath here for me. So when it's in this area, it's not really telling me much. Not really telling me much. It's a hard one to predict right now, because the other way you can look at it is, you know, as I said, if this was, let's say, a 4-hour chart and you're looking at this thinking, this is a nice corrective, I'm going to look at a way to get involved in this long, right? You can look at it that way. And it has had a decent drop. We've had a decent drop. So, you know, is this potentially on the cards? You can look at the weekly here and say, well, we've got our outside bullish engulfer here on the weekly, right? Does that come on volume? I came on lowering volume, so not quite the same as this dark cloud cover here on the weekly. Here, and at this point in time, nobody thought that this would rise, right? Or certainly down here. Nobody thought, morning Darren, that the COVID drop was over, and then what happened? So it's interesting. I believe my decision to start buying in parts was at the right time. So you started buying down here, did you? Potentially on that weekly. Yeah, I mean, there is a case for it. There is an absolute case for it. I think I will buy some myself. I think I will put some in today. Again, dollar cost averaging, etc. I mean, why? Look, you look at a long-term view of it, right? You're never going to regret buying down here. Let's be honest. Even if it comes down and does a little bit more, okay, you buy a little bit more. It comes down, you buy a little bit more. I mean, it's not... And this is the thing. This is one of the video ideas I have. I think investing-wise, being a trader is easy. You think about, when I talk to my mates who are not traders and they're doing investment side, they tinker with it, right? They tinker with it, and as I think the statistic is 75 or 8% of managed funds, right, don't make as much profit as the SPX, right? But for me as a trader, investing is so easy. I think it's just easy. You just put money in and then off you go. I have no inclination, probably because we're doing trading, to touch those funds, right? And I don't know whether you guys are the same, but for me, it's just an easy game. And the emotional aspect of investing is nothing compared to the emotional aspect of trading. And that's why I think traders probably make great investors. But let's see. On weekly, prices closed above the 30 EMA, has it? 30 EMA. Okay, yeah. 30 EMA on the weekly. Let's see that. Trend. Not on this. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, I in terms of long-term wise, yeah, I would certainly, and I'm going to do the same, buy a little bit more today or Monday or this week, next week, and continue with that investment journey that you're on. Okay, dollar. Dollar is another one that I'm not massively comfortable with yet. Obviously, we have been on an uptrend. We're kind of at this area as well. We're back to that 20. We could see a reaction around here. Not a valid trend line. But we are back to the 20. I still don't like price action. This is definitely one that I would still need to go into a complex corrective before it moves to the upside, before I'm comfortable. The other option, obviously, is if we come out, create a possible V reversal and break through the highs. Obviously, you're looking at then, okay, yeah, dollar longs. But very similar stock market. There's no reason to buy the dollar just yet. And let's have a look at smaller time frames. My 4 hour, we've gapped up. We've not broken these lows. We could potentially be doing this continuation down. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly as well. I mean, both of these indexes, the SPX and the dollar, is in a position where it's wait and see. It's still wait and see for me in the dollar. If you get a push on today, maybe the chart on Monday might look a wee bit better. I would just prefer this. I would be more comfortable with this ABC continuation, because we think about the weekly, the dollar is ultimately strong. I think that does continue. Whether it continues right now or a little bit later on, we'll have to wait and see. Or potentially a setup like this, healthy price action moving into a break of the highs is another thing that I would like. So right now, I'm going to sit on the fence with the dollar and wait for the market to tell me what it wants to do. Right, so NZD Swiss and NZD Kiwi Yen. So Kiwi Yen was the only other one. So Kiwi Yen. Here on the 4 hour, still got a little bit to go, a little bit more corrective before I consider an aggressive, because of our large basing structure, as I talked about with Kiwi Swiss. So this is what I mean by relative, right? So the first structure here, touch to touch, right? Our second structure has got to be relative to that. Whereas on NZD Swiss, when we're just getting that smaller pattern, it is relevant. It's okay to move to the downside. So NZD Yen, I'll keep on the list, but nothing right now is is getting me into it and still needs to digest or give me something properly that fits my entry criteria to get into that trade. And I wish I had more stuff to talk about on my last Friday, but I think really that's it. Anything you guys want me to look at, I will be around the Discord. Any questions you have, I will certainly be there to answer them. I just won't be streaming. Hey, Amira. Any questions on simplicity? Any questions on trading? Open the floor before I head off for a few weeks. Hopefully I'll come back 2 or 3 kilos lighter. Might see a difference in me. Nothing? No questions today? No, I'm not going anywhere, Leon. I thought about it. I might go to Spain at the end of September, but I'm just taking a little bit of a break. Obviously, I've got to sort out stuff. So I've done the deal with an apartment, a nice apartment on the Palm. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on that. I'm gonna record quite a lot of YouTube videos. I'm gonna finalize my course as well. So it's kind of like a half holiday. But yeah, lots of stuff to sort out in the house. I'll show you guys when I'm there, but I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, it's a smaller place. That's essentially why I'm doing this, is to put this as an income stream, you know, and by the time that I have kids or we have kids, then we can come and move back in. But we're basically right on the beach. And James, I think James, you've been to Vista Mare. Amira, you've probably been to Vista Mare as well, but it's kind of on that area. So it's really nice. I'm looking forward to it. Smaller, but hey, this is the thing, right? This is the thing about money that I think is quite key. So I had a Jaguar. So I had a Jaguar F-Type. Holiday's not really. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be looking at the charts in the morning. But so I had an F-Type S Jaguar. I loved it, right? I loved it, but I never used it because I work from home and etc. etc. So I sold it, and when I sold it, I honestly have not missed it. I thought I would be like, oh God, I really wish. And okay, maybe there's very finite times I think, oh, it'd be nice to have the Jag and whatever. But you know, really, that kind of stuff doesn't matter as much. You know, you kind of get a little bit older and you think about the materialistic things, and you know, it doesn't interest me as much. So, you know, at the start, having this house, it's like, okay, it's a lovely house. It's, you know, it's a big house. But, you know, really, do I need this right now? No. You know, and I'm not swimming in money. Absolutely not. You know, I'm comfortable, but, you know, I'm not going to go and say, oh, I'm going to buy a Bentley with my trading, etc. You know, my trading is my trading. I make a living off of it, and that's fine. But this is the, you know, the kind of decisions you make that build up those income streams that eventually become, you know, that's when you can go and have fun and you know, spend money that you do nothing to kind of earn. So anyway, it's a good financial decision, and yeah, using something I bought as an asset that makes me money by doing absolutely nothing, and it's literally, the apartment is free. You know, and that's the great thing about it. It's I don't have to pay anything because the profit I make on this house pays for that apartment. Like, how amazing is that? So anyway, that's by the by. I know I was kind of riffing on there, but I will let you all go. Have a lovely few weeks. If I will be around the Discord, if you want to ask any questions or anything you want me to kind of look at, let me know. I just won't be streaming, and hopefully I'll see you all. Yeah. I love that. I did love that car at the time. But again, I don't miss it. But hopefully I'll see you all when Simplicity starts. As I said, you'll all those in longer term plans, I'll invite you to that Discord. Those on the monthlies, I'll send you a message and let you know what you kind of do to sign up. It's the same with RTFX. It takes 2 seconds. You always get 7 days free. Yeah, those are the old school ones, right? I wonder if I've got a picture. No, I can't. I won't show you a picture. But yeah, anyway, have a great few weeks, guys. Remember to always trade safe. That's the most important thing. And I'll see you all at Simplicity Trading. And yeah, thanks for being part of RTFX, and I hope to see most of you there. I'll let you type before I go. Thanks, guys. Yeah, guys. All right. Have a great day, and peace.